Hi everyone, Pastor Al here today. Thought I'd bring you a little video update. I suppose some of you are wondering, with the new restrictions that the governor of Washington has enacted, how that's going to affect things here at Ellensburg Presbyterian, since there are a few specific things related to churches. The short answer is not a lot, but a little bit. Let me explain to you. Up till now, under this phase, we've been able to have 50% of an occupancy of a room filled, assuming we could do social distancing and we wore masks. Now, our sanctuary can seat about 200 people. Technically, we could have had 100 people in there, but we can't have that many with social distancing. Most of you have seen how we have our sanctuary divided up. We figured that at the most we could put 75 in there, and that kind of depends on how many people are able to sit together. With this new directive, we're back down to 50, but really, we haven't had very many more people than 50 on a Sunday morning. Sometimes we've had a little more than 50 at our 9 a.m. service, but for that number, we don't actually have to count worship leadership. So we're still within the new guidelines there, and we don't have that many for second service. So that's not going to change. And of course, if you're meeting in any other room within the church facility, those rules still stick. So obviously, we have a ton of space in the fellowship hall. That's not a problem. We have other groups meeting in other rooms. Make sure that you are just aware of how many people should normally be in here, and we need to cut that down to about 25%. And again, make sure we wear masks and social distance the whole time. Now, here's the one area that may affect us a little bit, is that congregational singing has been prohibited. Nor can we have a praise team, or as the law says, an ensemble, during first service, the 9 a.m. service. So we're not exactly thrilled about that, and I will be perfectly honest. I have never heard of a single instance of someone transmitting COVID when they were singing, wearing a mask, and socially distanced. Nevertheless, the rule's the rule, and we should follow it. So what we will be doing first service is we will be having a soloist up front, as we normally do, but instead of just a song leader, they'll just be singing. We will, of course, still project the lyrics, because we know that you'll want to know what the person's singing, and what you do with those is your business. And in second service, instead of having hymns we sing, the organist will play hymns. We'll let you know what they are, so you can look them up in a hymnal if you want to follow along. And that way we think we'll be following the letter of the law. And we think that's important. Now, the only final thing to consider is this, is that these rules are in place for the next 4 weeks. Remember that the first set of rules was in place for like 4 weeks, and they got extended. If these rules get extended beyond that, it will probably cover Christmas Eve, which means that on Christmas Eve, we will only be able to have about 50 people in the sanctuary for each of our 2 services. We've been predicting that we could have 75, and we have been asking you to contact the office and make a reservation for a particular service so that we know how many people we're going to have, and we can have a list of that so that we can also tell people when they're full. It's possible that we may be able only to have 50 people per service. So I'm just saying, if you really want to come to a Christmas Eve service, you have your plans down, you know how many people are going to be there, contact the church office as soon as you can. Because while we'll keep a list of people, even beyond 75, and make a waiting list, that waiting list may have to start at 50. So if you want to come to Christmas Eve, our 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. service, contact the office as soon as you know. But otherwise, we'll still be open on Sunday. It shouldn't really change a whole lot. We'll still be live streaming, and God is still good. So we will see you either in person or hopefully online this coming Sunday and the next Sundays to follow. God bless. Can't wait till we don't have to do this anymore.